Hi, everyone. So today is Friday, Fabulous Friday. It wasn't so fabulous for me, of course. If you follow me, you know that I had a med class to take. So I took off my full time job so that I could actually go to my part time job and do a med class. So I'm taking this class so that I will be able to give out medication to the residents. And it's not just a simple task, not as easy as I was hoping it would be. So I already spent 8 hours online. Okay, that was just the first half of it and passed. So today I took off work so I could go and sit with my supervisor and four other people so we could go on to the next step. And that was 8 hours of more work, of procedures, policies, how to write out the medication, how to receive the medication, and how to discontinue a medication, all these things, what to look for when someone takes medication, and how to order one if someone ran out, or how to get a hold of the doctor, all these things. Not easy. Really, it is a lot of information. So I was thinking and hoping today, because I was like ready and prepared for being engaged, because the email said be ready and prepared to be engaged. So I thought it's going to be class participation, which it was. And I did great with flying colors. I was very engaged. I'm that person that doesn't mind speaking up, or we said some things out loud together as a group and answered the questions together. And then when I was asked individually how to perform things and do things, yeah, I would just be that first person to get it over with. I don't care. Just let me just do it. So I apparently did really well on that, which I'm thankful for. But I thought I was done. Not done. So now, where do we go from here? So now I work, today's Friday. I work tomorrow, 2:30 to 10:30, which means along with my 15 residents that I take care of, okay? And there's so much to get involved with that um, you're getting them ready for meals, you're getting them ready for bed. There's just, it's a whole rainbow of everything, okay? So along with that, okay, I've got to try to watch someone else, okay, whether licensed or med tech certified, give out meds. So I'm trying to think in my head already, like, how am I going to be at this place and be able to do that at that place at the nurse's station? So, and I know some of you are like, oh, wah, that's not a big deal. It kind of is. If you're in that type of environment where you've got to be here and you got to do this and you got to do that, yeah. So it'll work itself out because it has to be done. So I do that tomorrow, which is Saturday. So, and I actually took off Sunday for the first time in like 4 months. So I'm excited about that. I mean, seriously. So that means after 10:30 at night, I can actually sleep in and not be up at 4 a.m. Okay, to either start commuting or getting ready for work to commute. So to either job. So this is my first Sunday that I will have off this weekend. So I'm stoked about it. I'm so excited. And I'm telling you, I'm really hoping that it's going to be a great, amazing Sunday because I haven't had that in a long time. So I don't know. Time goes by so fast. And before you know it, you're getting ready in the evening for work on Monday and you start it all over again. Sometimes it feels like all I do is work. And if you're that person that has two jobs, you get what I'm saying. It's just exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes you're like you work your butt off and you want to help other people. So I take in other hours. I'll do a double, I'll do what I can. And then there's times that I just gotta say, you know what? No, I'm getting sick. I've already gotten strep throat, so I've gotten over that. But you gotta take care of you. So I'm learning to very hard. I just said no like two or three times this week already to people. So I know after I rest on Sunday, I'm back in it again because that's just my personality. It's just who I am and that's what I do because I need the extra money and I like to be able to have spending money. So, and there's no other way that I can do it other than this second job. So that's why I do it. Anyways, so back to the med tech class. So then I end up going and tomorrow watching and observing someone else give out meds. And then the following week, which would be like Monday or Tuesday, whenever I work again, I don't have that schedule in front of me. Then I'm told that I have to do 2 residents get watched. So someone's going to watch me give out meds to 2 residents, chart it, document it, all those things. And then, yeah, so then the next thing is before Wednesday, I have to get onto the computer. And I have to do a online test. And apparently that is, if you know the first half was 8 hours and you know today was 8 hours, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a really lengthy test. I heard that it is extensive. So, hey, this is like not a walk in the park, people. This is serious stuff because facilities will get audited. They have people come in and they have them checking the charts, and you can't mess up. You can't miss a dose. You can't give someone the wrong medication. So it is serious stuff. I get that. But that's why I also like being part time because I don't like the stress. I don't want the stress. You can have the stress. And I was hoping, being part time PRN, which gives me the availability to pick whatever hours I want, I wouldn't have to take this class. However, in this particular facility and circumstance, if especially with winter coming, I get it. If people are sick or one person gets held up, then we got to have somebody give out medication. There's emergencies all the time. I cannot believe it. So it seems like this one favorite facility that I'm in, okay, and I can't say what it is out of confidentiality. And so it's my favorite facility. Okay, I have 2 that I work between, this one, and they're all together in one unit, but one's separate and one's over here. So it's my favorite, and I work there, and I love the people. Not that I don't love them over here. I do. You're okay. But these are my favorite. This is where I started out, so that's why they're my fave. All the residents, everybody I work with. So, but here's the thing: every time I'm gone for like a couple days, because I'm helping out at the other resident, the residential place. Um, I come back and something has happened to 1 or 2 of the people that I know, and I hate that. So coming back today, it was like my buddy who's 101 is now 102. Yeah. And someone put a little pin on him that said, "Happy birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday." Oh, yeah. I'm so happy for him. I love him so much. And there he was sleeping in a chair with his big old pin. And on his walker, someone put a little balloon. It's my birthday. Oh, isn't that delightful? What a blessing. What a gift. That is a gift of longevity. I love it. And he's doing awesome. So that's my buddy. He's actually everybody's buddy. But anyways, so I found out though that 2 of my ladies, I say my because they're on my chart and they're who I usually have when I go in and work, went into the hospital. And it makes me sad. One, it just came out of ICU, and one's still in the hospital. So, I thought about this today, and it's like, you just never know. It's like when I say goodbye, and when are you coming back? And I say, well, I don't know. It's probably going to be like in a week, or it's going to be like 3 days, or I'll see you next weekend. I mean, I never know if I'm going to see them again. That's why I'm not going to get choked up. You make the best of it all the time, no matter who you're with. Not just because they're elderly, I'm getting sentimental, but they are up there in years. And, you just never know. You just never know. So, such beautiful souls. And so I have that to do. And fingers crossed I pass this big butt test. And I do well that someone signs me off on giving medication to 2 residents when that comes up, and hoping I do really good, because I really don't want to repeat this. I really don't. I'd be looking for another job before I have to repeat all of this again. This is painful. I'm not kidding you. So, anyways, if you watched me before, the continuation of my daughter and the dentist. So, long story short, if you weren't following me, someone messed up her mouth, blah, blah, blah. And because she had dental work and just went in for a simple filling, and someone just decided to drill too long and too far, and decided to stay in the very end. I'm not sure this is going to hold up, but that's so reassuring. That's so comforting. Yeah, you know what I wanted to do? Uh, mm-mm, mm-mm. Anyways, so back to that now. She had an emergency visit with our dentist, who sent her to, someone else, which is a surgeon slash dentist slash does anything and everything that you would need when you're like in severe pain, and does implants. So, she has a terrible, terrible infection, and of course, it has to be the front tooth, because the 2 front teeth in between is where I guess there was a filling that he had to do. The other John, not gonna say your name, and he messed up. So now, someone else is gonna fix that, but we got to get her to a good place, which I mean, comfort wise, and get this infection under control. So she's on amoxicillin and taking care of that. And wow, I look different without my glasses, don't I, people? Ooh, glasses are like, they do wonders, don't they? I better put them back on or I'll scare you. But anyways, so yeah, so now, lo and behold, guess what? Baby girl's gotta take care of this infection by taking antibiotics for, I would guess, quite a few days. And hopefully that also decreases her pain level, takes care of all that, because she was eating the Advil. And so how they're going to do this is, she was all for just pull the tooth. And they're like, you don't want us to pull the tooth. And she's like, oh, I want you to pull the tooth. And they're like, no, let's talk about that. You don't want us to pull a tooth. So someone very sweet, I wasn't alone with her that day, decided to tell her to go for the implant. Me personally, I was with her. I don't want the implant, blah, blah, blah. But I guess if you have an implant and you've had a successful story about it, then you can share yours, and that would be awesome. And so we're going to go that route. She's going to go that route. I'm not going through it. And I think they gave her a little Vicodin pill or something else that she can take right before they do this procedure, in probably like, I don't know, a week, because she has to have a driver, and we got to get that infection under control. And I will take my baby girl to go get this taken care of. And I just hope she's going to be brave, 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 because it's already been extensive, and pain can be wearing. It will wear you out. It'll make you feel sick and crummy and crappy. Oh, because what do I always say? We are not perfect humans, but listen, I wish to God people would just speak up and say, you know what? This is a little too far for me. This is a little too deep. You know what? I'm not comfortable doing this. I think we should get somebody else. How about we do that? And close up shop and let somebody else do it, because that's the way you should do it. But no, we're going to dig, 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 dig. And then either you end up having emergency surgery where they got to pull your tooth like they did when she was little, or you got like this where she still ends up in emergency surgery because she has a major infection. So it's disturbing, people. And I know it happens. I know it happens to other people. And I know maybe you're thinking, oh, that's no big deal. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because one, you're losing time and money from your job. And, now you're down and out. It wasn't your fault. Someone created that. Someone created this whole mess for you to go through. So, yeah, not nice. Can't say it was nice at all. So that's what we're going through. Other than that, you know, and I'd said before, I'm in the process of moving. That's why, forgive the mess. It is what it is. Um, I'll elaborate on that later, but for now, um, just trying to figure out things, and relaxing today and taking it easy. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll get on here, do a short little video, and kind of just let y'all know where I was with this med tech thing. And yeah, oh, I heard they're going to be shutting down some Starbies. If you're a Starbucks person, yeah, layoffs are coming to a lot of facilities. And listen, you know what? I have to say, when they had COVID and stuff, and then even after COVID, it was like when I would go to Starbucks and I would get my little Frappuccino, it was like all of a sudden it was like, charging you the same price, but they didn't have whipped cream. And I was like, how can you do that? You're going to charge me the same amount that you would if you had all the ingredients, but now you don't have all the ingredients. And so, but that's neither here nor there. But that happened to me like 3 times. So, but anyways, they're going to be going out. I'm serious. I think all these other little baby shops are taking over, and it's more affordable to do other things. I mean, my word, like I get a bigger cup at Panero just for ice and water than what the venti size is. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, and they're charging what, $6, $6.48 or something for a venti. I'm about to lose my voice because I talked a lot today. You have to forgive me. But and it's like $3.48 at Panero, just so you know. So yeah, that's really about it. I got into some YouTube channels today, had fun with it. But that's about it. Not doing anything, nothing here to report other than want to say hi. Hope that you're having an amazing day. And yeah, we'll be back on next week. The continuation of both these sagas and see what's new. I feel a shopping spree coming on. I feel a spoil me situation going to happen. But people, we need something good in the air. We need something that just blows over everybody and gives a lot of people some good in their life, because it's just not me. It's everywhere. It's happening. It's like, what's going on next? What? Yeah. And then I got to return back to work and see how that's all gonna go out. So, anyways, don't have much to say. So I'm gonna go, and wherever you are, you know what I like to say: be kind. It pays to be kind, and I will talk to you later. Have an amazing evening and rest of your day, and like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.